the festival of Wesak. According to legend, for many, many centuries, in a remote part of the Himalayas, a sacred gathering takes place at the precise time of the Taurus full moon. This full moon is commonly referred to as the Wesak full moon. This full moon has specifically been associated with the Buddha, the Lord of Light, or messenger from the East. He returns at a specific time each year to bless the world. It is said that the Buddha was born, attained enlightenment, and died under the sign of Taurus, a sign of illumination. The 8 minutes leading up to the exact time of this full moon is said to be a time of supreme spiritual opportunity. Near the time of the full moon, the valley gets filled with pilgrims from various areas and surrounding districts. The spiritual aspirants, lamas, and teachers find their way into the valley and locate themselves in the southern and middle parts, leaving the northeastern portion free. In this way, all the men and women of goodwill and the will to do good, who are active parts of the divine plan on earth, gather together on this auspicious moment that we know as Wesak. These groups of spiritual workers are the main participants in the Wesak celebration, and this is where the ceremony will take place. In addition, there is a gathering of great beings who are the custodians on earth of God's plan for our planet and for humanity. They gather at one end of the valley in a specific format of concentric circles and prepare for great acts of service. It is believed that in front of the altar rock, the 3 world teachers stand. The Lord Christ, Maitreya, stands in the center, with the Manu on his right and the Maha Chohan on his left. These 3 great souls face the rock, upon which a great crystal bowl full of water is located. Behind the spiritual masters, arhats, initiates, adepts, and senior workers, the world's disciples and aspirants, stand at their various positions, either within the physical body or without. These are believed to be the new group of world servers. The ones who are not in the physical body are gathered in the spiritual form or in the dream state to participate in this great world service. As the full moon approaches, there's a tangible stillness that settles upon the crowd, and all look towards the northeast. They arrange themselves in the pattern of the 5-pointed star, with the Christ standing at the highest point of the triangle, facing the altar rock. Certain spiritual movements and patterns and rituals are followed, and divine mantras are chanted. The masters move in symbolic forms and chant verses. At a specific moment, it is told that the point of light starts to appear just over the horizon. This light becomes brighter and brighter until it resembles a sun. The light encompasses the entire valley. At the exact time of the full moon, the sun hovers over the altar. The sun is realized to be the tremendous spiritual radiance of the great Lord and Son of God, the Lord Buddha. Ledbetter describes the Buddha as a gigantic figure with a brilliant aura from which a glorious ultramarine is emanated, then golden yellow, crimson, pure silvery white, and scarlet, with brilliant rays of green and violet shooting out from these spheres of light. These colors are described as the colors of the Buddha's aura, and in ancient Buddhist scriptures, his hands are extended in blessing. The world teacher turns to face all present and recites the great invocation. This sets up a great vibration, which is of such potency that it reaches up from the group directly to God. This marks the supreme moment of intensive spiritual effort of the entire year and the spiritual visualization of humanity. These spiritual effects will extend through the succeeding months. Through the united effort of the world teacher and Lord Buddha, a channel of communication is established between humanity and God. This bridging of consciousness enables spiritual aspirants to make contact with certain energies not otherwise easily available. This energy and blessing is released from Shambhala upon the earth through the Buddha, and then is poured forth, and the Christ, as the representative of humanity, receives it for distribution to all. The water in the crystal bowl is then held up and blessed by him as the participants come forward one by one to sip the water. Participants also have their own water containers to receive blessings during the entire ceremony, and especially at the final blessing. Year after year, he makes a sacrifice by coming down to earth and blessing humanity with the energies of spirituality and wisdom. The Christ works in closest cooperation with him, and as the manifestation of God's love, he showers humanity with divine love. Therefore, every year, humanity is blessed with divine love, light, and wisdom to continue the mission and help manifest the divine plan on earth. Alice Bailey quotes, "Year after year, he comes back in blessing, year after year." He and his great brother, the Christ, work in closest cooperation for the spiritual benefit of humanity. The ceremony ends when the Buddha holds up his right hand in blessing, as he slowly recedes and is seen again as a tiny speck in the sky. When the Lord Buddha disappears and the meditation finishes, the crowd slowly disappears, heading back to their lands to continue the service to mankind. As we link up in consciousness during this event, we aid the Buddha in his work to contact, hold, and distribute the spiritual energy in the service of humanity and the planet. How can we become involved in the Wesak festival? In the days and weeks leading up to this Wesak full moon, practice purification. This is a prime time to energetically rid your system of all negativity and congestion. This can be done by practicing the meditation on twin hearts, doing the purifications as outlined in our Hatha Yoga, take regular salt baths, and practice right thoughts, right speech, and right action. Commit to say the great invocation at least once per day in the days leading up to the full moon. Connect with a Pranic healing center near you. Each center will be hosting live and online events to celebrate this auspicious occasion. You can also visit pranichealingtampa.com for more information. Here is the great invocation for you to start reciting as the Wesak festival approaches. The great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend on earth. May the world teacher return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the will of every person, every being. The purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the will to do good descend on earth. From the center which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light, love, and power manifest the divine plan on earth.